Hello, this is Franny from Jason and Franny in the mornings on 98.7 The Gator. Now, I am not here alone because I am here with the world's most commercially successful solo guitarist. I'm going to brag a little bit because I can't brag about myself, so I got to brag about you. 6 gold and platinum disc, right? And you were awarded another gold for the debut album of your all-star band, Chickenfoot. You have 15 Grammy nominations, and you are fresh off of your worldwide tour supporting the Elephants of Mars, your 19th studio album. Welcome, Joe Satriani. What is going on? How are you?
Oh, I'm great today. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I feel so much better
Absolutely.
already.
I know. Well, you are not a stranger to the Gator. We were very lucky to have you last year. Jody Stewart interviewed you. And specifically, we are going to talk art. Of course, I want to talk about music, but you are doing a South Florida tour at the Wentworth Galleries, right?
Yes, yeah. We're doing three of them. It'll be just so much fun because I get to play at them as well as meet all the patrons that come. So it's really unique events.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. I know back in 2019, so this is pretty fresh. You shared your first collection, and that was Radiant Echoes. Now, a year later, 2020, we had Radiant Echoes collection, and now here we are in 2023 with Beyond Reality. Can you tell me between the three of those, because those are so close to each other, Joe? What is the difference that we're going to see with Beyond Reality compared to the last couple exhibits you had?
Well, it's the story behind the development of me painting really. The credit has to go to these two really important entities. One, of course, is Scene Four, Corey and Robbie from the Scene Four Art Collective, who sort of invited me to do the time lapse photography, wearing the LED lace gloves and creating this fantastic artwork. Um, Me sort of showing them some of my crazy paintings and getting involved in collaborations with them. And then the second important person I met really was an introduction to Christian at the Wentworth Gallery, the whole chain, and that was through Corey and Ravi. And Christian, of course, has been a great supporter. And I remember the conversation when he said, "Well, it'd be great to have like 300 or 400 paintings." And I'm thinking, "Oh my God, I don't think I've ever painted that much in
That's
my
a
life."
lot.
And I'm used to making small pieces of art, like this guitar pick here. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, yeah, that is tiny.
I was making picks and straps and
Yeah.
posters and hats and things like that. But the idea of doing like 40 by 40 paintings and kicking out a few hundred of those. But Christian just has been a fantastic supporter and has given me this opportunity to do original artwork. So the real difference here in these coming shows is that you'll be seeing hundreds of paintings of all sizes going up to 40 by 40s, original artwork, some collaborations with Scene 4 as well.
Okay.
Um, some guitars that are pure art pieces that are in a glass case, and then a lot of guitars that I actually play. And this is something we started working on over a year ago when I thought it would be fun to make the guitars completely functional on a professional level, but still have them be these crazy art pieces that I like.
Yeah.
Um, and I do tell people it's an acquired taste because it's not it's not
But
passed.
that's art in general, right? Like not all art is for everybody.
It
You're
is, and
you're
I do like to provoke, and so it's all in good fun, and it should make people feel good when they look at the artwork. So, but these guitars, it's I got to say the experience of being in an art gallery and seeing all of my artwork and holding a piece of my artwork and playing music for a select group of people. That is like so crazy. It's like hearing your music on the radio, when you're driving down the street. It's just,
yeah.
it's
Is it
exhilarating.
vulnerable? Is that somewhat vulnerable for you? Because I mean, this is a piece of you. This is a piece of your heart, your mind. I mean, a lot of a lot of work and effort goes into this. So the first time you showcased your art, were you just like a ball of nerves, hoping people were going to enjoy what you were putting out? Because we everybody loves your music, but art.
How do you know?
Yeah.
I thought back to the very first show I ever did at Car Place High School when I was 14 years old, and most of the time I had my back to the audience because I was petrified. But I kept telling myself that the most important thing is that you're doing it, and
True.
you have to accept that some people will love it and some people will not. And there'll be different degrees, and it's got nothing to do with you doing it. It's just something that is the byproduct of you doing it. So
Yeah.
it's difficult, that artistic state of mind, to not be influenced, uh, and not to be discouraged, but also to be able to take it on the chin when people feel like they want to express that.
Isn't
Uh,
that just life in general, right? Some people are going to like you, some people aren't.
yeah,
It's just,
and
it's
be
life.
grateful when you have
Yeah.
people who respond positively to your music and your art. So, um, but these shows, most of the time, people who show up are the people who are already interested.
Hmm.
What is so surprising is how many times I've sat down for 15 minutes with a new patron at one of these art shows, and they tell me that they were just like at the mall going to get some shoes or something, and they were walking past the gallery and they saw a picture of a guitar and said, that speaks to me, I have to have it. And they walk in and they say, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are, but I love this painting and I'm taking
That's
it.
got to feel good too, because you created it.
Of course, it's just
Yeah.
you reach somebody with it, and that's,
So
yes, it's so fulfilling.
I did want to ask you because I caught up on a couple of interviews and I did my research, and I know that you do come from a family of artists, of visual artists. Like you, we know as an incredible guitarist, but when it comes to art, your sisters, your dad did art. This was something that did it come later on in life, or it just wasn't something that you wanted to present to people? I want to know, like, how did you transition from creating music, which you still do, to exploring the world of visual arts?
It's an interesting journey.
Yeah.
Youngest of five kids, so to keep myself and my older brother from going totally crazy, my older sisters would give us their art supplies to keep us busy and out of trouble. So although we weren't like artists like they were, we didn't exhibit that kind of over the top talent with the sketch pad or the
Yeah.
canvas at that early age. We uh, we were in an environment where there was always art in the house and there was always art materials in the house. Later on, by coincidence, I marry an art major. My wife's got a degree in graphic arts. And then later on, our son wound up getting a degree in studio art as well as
Oh, wow.
filmmaking. So I don't think I've ever lived anywhere where there hasn't been this enormous pile of art supplies everywhere, sort of begging me to just
It's
get some.
like inevitable to happen to you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
my stuff started small and sketches, and then all of a sudden I had books and books of all my sketches, and we were doing, guitar picks, guitar straps, posters, hats, T-shirts, all kinds of things related to the tour and the albums.
Hmm.
And then it was really at that the scene for photo session, the first one I did down in Los Angeles, where I just during a break I was showing Corey some of my crazy paintings, and I was explaining to him that I'd never really done canvases before, and that my wife was teaching me how to deal with paints and brushes and things like that. And from that little sort of discussion came the idea to move forward into actually getting commissioned to do paintings. And I just really felt like the time was right for it. And somehow, I just have to. I'm basically always busy.
It
if
seems
I'm
like
not,
it.
yeah, if I'm not playing these
Yeah.
guitars, I'm or on tour, I'm painting all the time.
Yeah. So they are clearly, even though it is all art, they're different forms of expression, music and virtual arts. And I'm sure when you are having some kind of creative process when it comes to your music, there's got to be a difference between composing music and creating virtual arts. Like, how would you
Mhm.
describe the difference when you are creating that?
Well, the where they're similar is that
Yeah.
there's some kind of inspiration, you feel
Hmm.
inside, and some things are more intellectual than they are heartfelt. Let's say, if you're writing
Okay.
something about a sad event in your life, it's not so much brain stuff; it's more heart stuff. And then if you're thinking of something silly like surfing with the alien, is obviously it's more brain oriented. Uh,
I
and,
do
and
love your Miami Dreams guitar, by the way. That one spoke to me. That was good.
oh, wonderful! Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that those are the differences, I think, is kind of like where it comes from. But eventually, you're using. In my case, I got to use these fingers and these hands to
Hmm.
make it a reality somehow, and then you have to allow it to take its natural turns. Sometimes you walk into the studio and you say, "I got this reggae song, and it's going to be great," and by the end of the week, it's turned into a thrash metal song and it's way better than you thought, when it was conceived as a reggae song or something. And sometimes artworks like that too, you think you go into it, you're going to make something striking in the challenging way, and somehow it turns out really beautiful and peaceful looking, and you just have to kind of let it happen. I think the biggest difference is that when you're working on music, all you're listening to is is that thing, that song.
Yeah.
When I'm painting, like last week, I think I played Gojira for like 1,000 hours. I just I just got into this kick where I was playing every one of their albums, especially their latest one, and I just wanted to hear it over and over again. And maybe it was because of what I was painting. I was doing some pretty crazy paintings, and that seemed to really work. So that's the real difference. With art, you can listen to all kinds of music that's not your own and get inspired by what other people, the sounds
Yeah.
that artists are
No,
making.
you're getting inspired by everything, including music. And I know mention inspiration, family, your wife. You've collaborated in music with so many people. Are we going to see a family collaboration one day at these exhibits? Are they going to be part of it?
Yeah, she is my assistant, but by
Yes.
far, I don't think
Okay.
I could ever get these things out to FedEx and and to Christian in time if she wasn't there helping me. She has a great eye. She's a great critic. She'll finish something if I'm waiting for one thing to sort of gel and to dry, and I need to do that other thing. She might do that last little bit for me, and she's done. I don't know if I can show you these straps here, but yeah, she collaborated with all
Oh,
these.
that's cool.
That's her drawing. I mean, she's got
Yeah.
a beautiful, precise hand and just a really great eye for color. Um, yeah, this was done by our friend Todd Galapo. Actually, he came up with the design and the guitar. Nicholas Del Drago from Florida is an amazing artist, airbrush artist. Usually does motorcycles, but because I've known him forever, he's done a lot of guitars for me, and this is his work. Just look at
It's
that. Isn't that
beautiful.
beautiful? Beautiful
Yeah,
work.
that is a beautiful piece, and your wife did an excellent job on that strap. Um, I'm with Joe Satriani, and what's really cool. So you're going to be at the Wentworth Galleries. You have a bunch of showings. We have your exhibits are going to be at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. That's going to be on Friday, September 8th. You're also going to be going up a little bit north to Boca Raton Center Mall on Saturday, September 9th, and then back down a little bit Sunday, September 10th to the Wentworth Gallery in Las Olas. Now, I do want to let people know because it's really cool that in addition to going out there and seeing your fine art, people who purchase your art, they're going to get a treat, right?
Yes, we are set up with guitars and amps. I'm going to be playing a short set for everybody, and it's a really intimate setup. I
So
mean, it's
cool.
you're right in the gallery there, and it's a lot of fun. And I invite the new owners of these art guitars to come up and jam with me, and it's so crazy how much fun it is. It doesn't matter their level of skill of playing the guitar. And so it's really a lot of fun. So people should come and check it out.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It sounds like an absolute blast. I know you're going to have a great time. I do have one more question for you. If there was Like, do you ever do a piece of art and you put so much time and energy into it? It's kind of like your baby. Is there one piece that you have a really hard time of letting go that's going to be out here at Wentworth?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, I think the last 4 that I sent were the most difficult to send out,
Were
and,
they?
um, I'm actually, on the screen behind this camera here, I'm looking at one of them now, and, they have been such a treat to work on, and this particular one has got this sort of pink, red, and yellow alien head placed on this really unusual green gold background. That one, I thought, wow, I should really have this and take it on tour, and make a few music videos with. But to be an artist, you have to let things go. It's after you do it,
Yeah.
that's the thing, is that you did it, and then after that, you have to let other people have it.
Let them enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yep. I really appreciate that. So, do you have anything else you want to let the audience on the Gator know? Of course, come and see you at the Wentworth Galleries. I'll give them the dates again.
Yeah, yeah. And I have to say, I wish I could tell you everything that's coming in 2024, but I'm supposed to have my lips sealed about it. But in
Oh,
the
no.
coming weeks, I'm
Not even a
sure.
tease? Not even a taste? Nothing?
Yeah, I can tell you that it's going to be very exciting for the next, starting in January through September. There are a lot of tours and some interesting events that are popping up, and I'll come back and talk to you guys again about it as soon as we go public with it. But I'm very excited to get to 2024.
I sure hope so. Because whether it's your music or your visual art, it is always a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for the time. Once again, I'm going to let the people know you're going to be at Wentworth Galleries Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. It's a beautiful place, by the way.
Yeah.
Friday, September 8th from 7 to 10. You're going to be at the Boca Raton Center Mall. Saturday, September 9th, 5 to 8. And then Sunday, September 10th from 1 to 4 at the Wentworth Galleries in Las Olas. Once again, Joe Satriani, you're an absolute pleasure, a legend, and we appreciate you taking the time with us.
Thank you so much. Always fun to talk to you guys. Thank you.
Yeah.